Hey everyone! Purple hair. I don't know why I'm so excited about having purple hair. I bet you can't even see it properly, but I've got purple hair. I love it. God, I'm having like a quarter life crisis so bad right now. Anyway, today's video is going to be about a popular theory floating around about Natasha still being alive. Now, do I think that she's still alive in the MCU? No, I'm pretty sure she's dead, but we're going to look at this anyway and talk about the theory, and I mean, it could prove me wrong. What should be alive now in the next Avengers film? Okay, so the theory, I couldn't actually find the original one. My friend actually told me about this, but I couldn't find the original theory, so if you guys know where it's from, please let me know and I'll link it down below. But it states that the prosthetics that they used in the Winter Soldier to make Natasha look like the Councilwoman is going to be used yet again in the Black Widow movie to make Yelena look like Natasha. So in fact it was Yelena that died and not Natasha in Endgame. Okay. I don't really have a reaction because I don't think that would work, but sure, let's go with it. There is a weird moment in the trailer, I'll see if I can pull it up, where it's Yelena, or maybe it was Natasha, I can't remember, but their face is distorted, like they do have the prosthetic face replacement thing on, so maybe they do use that in Black Widow. It would make sense, because if they're going up against Taskmaster, who copies your moves, maybe you need to send Natasha away to do something else while Yelena deals with him as Natasha, and that makes sense to use it in the film, in the context of the film. I just don't think they're going to go one step further and actually use it to rewrite Endgame. Like, I don't want Natasha dead. I love the Black Widow, I love everything about her, and I want her and Bucky to actually interact, which would be lovely, but would never happen. But I just don't see this theory working out. But then I am dumb as fuck, so you never know. There is like a weird moment where people have pointed out that Natasha in Infinity War, I believe, is wearing a body vest very similar to the one that Yelena wears in the Black Widow trailer, which doesn't mean anything. I mean, I guess she was blonde in Infinity War, but she was also on the run, so I don't know. But there is a moment where they're like hugging and it looks like Yelena's about to die. So maybe it's just in tribute to her. I also don't think they're going to kill Yelena off that quickly, because she could take on the mantle of Black Widow. As much as I didn't want that to happen, I've kind of grown fond of the Yelena character from watching her in animated shows now, and in watching her in comics and reading some more comics about her. I've kind of grown fond of her and her dynamic with Natasha. I know it's a very different one in the film, but if she took over the mantle I wouldn't be as angry as I was originally, because it just seemed like they were like, bye Natasha, oh look, a new Black Widow. I would be happy if she took on the mantle or became Crimson Widow or whatever. So the fact that when they were getting the Soul Stone, you had to sacrifice someone you loved. The fact that it was Natasha that went and Hawkeye loved her, I don't see that working if it was Yelena. I feel like they would have noticed that she didn't love him as much as vice versa. I don't think it would have worked. Clint may not have known that that was not Natasha. I feel like being such close friends and knowing her in all these different ways, he probably would have guessed that it wasn't completely Natasha because mannerisms and such. But the fact that it's someone you love that has to die, I don't think it would have worked if it wasn't Natasha, because they don't know each other. They didn't, like, if it was Yelena and she's been there since Infinity War, why, like, they didn't interact. Clint was on house arrest. This doesn't just like her hair growing out. 5 years for that blonde to grow out. My god, that's a long time. Her hair needs some treatment. Also, the fact that if they bring her back, it makes it seem like her death meant nothing. I'd love them to continue some Black Widow films, like little peeks into Natasha's world before Endgame. I'd love to see that. I'd really love to see that. Or maybe even a Disney Plus show. I doubt that Scarlett Johansson would go for that, but whatever. I just don't see the point in killing off a character and bringing them back, because it feels like that moment where you felt their death and you were upset meant nothing. Like the impact of that meant nothing on the wider MCU. It's kind of like Quicksilver. I'm gonna make a video about WandaVision, but I feel like he's definitely gonna come back in some form, and I'm okay with that because it's not real. He's not been resurrected, he's been brought back in her mind, so it's different. With Natasha, it's like a full-on reset of what's happened, and I don't think that's right, especially because her death was so important to her character. This is like an earlier point I made, but why would Yelena sacrifice herself for Hawkeye? I'm sorry, like, they don't know each other. I guess she knows that Clint is important to Natasha, but he's not important to Yelena. If we're really going down that rabbit hole, maybe it's a sort of a guilt thing where the past crimes have come back and she's thought, sacrificing myself will get rid of the red in the ledger and all that crap. But it wouldn't work. I don't see how it would work. I guess the one to be chucked off the cliff doesn't really need to love the other one. So I don't know. The theory is a good one if it actually happens. Like if they manage to do that, if they go, yeah, by the way, Natasha's been on the run for all this time and she's found a lover or whatever, and she's happily settled down with a white picket fence and a dog and 3 or 4 adopted Russian children. Amazing. But also, why not? Why do that? Why do that to Yelena, who is a potential new character? And when Steve went back to put the stones back, or was it Bruce? Oh, when Bruce clicked, that's it. And he said, I tried to bring her back. Why didn't that work? Maybe it was Yelena. It wasn't. It's definitely Natasha. It's probably some crap, bullshit crap. That's why it didn't work. This theory makes me mad a little bit because of how much I love Natasha Romanoff and how much I wish she didn't die in Endgame. So if this is how they bring her back, it is creative, but it's also annoying because people have come to terms with her death and accepted it and understood why she was the one to jump. And they're looking forward to the new movie whenever that comes out, and hopefully there'll be sequels to that movie and we'll get to learn more about her past. But to bring her back for basically no reason is shitty. I think I've ranted enough. I think I'm gonna end it there. That was so ranty. I had points, I swear, but I just went off them. To be honest, they were pretty bad points. So I'm going to end it there. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a possibility? Do you think that the technology that was used in the Winter Soldier, I can't say the word, will be used in the Black Widow film? There is that point in the trailer that looks like maybe it's been used, but I don't know if that's a trick Taskmaster or the Red Room occupants and stuff like that. So let me know down below if you think this theory is possible, whether you think that this is actually what's happened. Yelena was the one to die, not Natasha. Let me know down below. Or any other theories on how Natasha could still be alive. Also tell me that. If you did like this really, really ranty video about me going off on loads of tangents, give it a thumbs up. If you want. I make videos every week, so subscribe to my channel and click that bell if you want to be notified when I upload. You might as well subscribe, it's free. I think next week's is also going to be a theory video about Spider-Man 3, so bell, subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that. Any video suggestions, also leave them down below. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.